In this video, we're going to talk about my Sony NEX-5R that, well, doesn't work 100%. What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick with MTO Productions. How are you doing? I hope this video is finding you well. We're going to talk about the problems behind this Sony NEX-5R. Now, awesome video camera, shoots awesome video. 1080p, I can do 59 frames per second, or I can do 24 frames per second. I think that's right. But it has one slight issue. This camera, when I got it, you'll see it's got a good display on the back. Very happy display on the back. It does everything it's supposed to do for the most part. Now, when I hit the little red button on top for take video, it takes video. The other sweet, awesome thing about this camera, it does have a totally flip up screen. Dual microphones on top. Love that. Puts out great audio. I have filmed a couple of videos just about entirely with this camera. It has one slight drawback. When I purchased this camera, it came from Japan. It did not come from anywhere in the United States. And you might be saying, so? Well, it was in Japanese. Now, what some of you might not know is when they make a camera, especially Sony, for Japan, they lock out any other language at all, period. They also put time limits on how long you can record video on it. They do some other crazy weird things, and I thought, what am I going to do? And I didn't realize until after I got it that it did this, and I wasn't thinking clearly at all. But when I got it, it was in Japanese, so I was having to try to figure out what everything was on the menu. And I did for a little bit. I had no problems doing that. But I wanted the English version. Well, I'm not one of those that gives up easy on something. So after searching things on Reddit and other camera forums here and there, I ran across one that says, oh, but you can change that from Japanese to any language on earth. I was like, whoa, got me interested now. The only problem I had is you couldn't download it and hook this up with Apple. Apple would not work with it because it was a DOS-based program. So what I had to do was break out. I've got an old laptop type computer thing. It's not a laptop, it's actually a Chromebook. And it had enough space on it, I could download that program and then hook this up. And then you can go in and change the software settings in here to unlock English and unlock the duration of video. So I did that. I thought, cool, I can read the English on the back of it, and I'll show you the display. But every bit of that display right there was in Japanese. Every bit of this right here was in Japanese, not English, before I did that. So I did that. Awesome. Now all I gotta do is hit my little red button and I can start recording. Records great video. But there's a problem. Did you hear it? It double clicked. Turn it off and turn it back on as the screen says to do. It fires back up. That time it took a picture. But you never know when it's going to do that. It usually does it on first fire up. That time it took single picture. So I could not rely on it to be a fast acting photography camera. Even though it shoots 16 megapixels and comes up with a really good picture, I just could not rely on it. That time it shot. It probably only done it the one time so far, and the 3 times I fired it up. But I've tried different things, tried reload, going back through the software again, trying to make it stop doing that. I even tried to go into Sony and downloading the newest firmware to put on it. Won't accept. I'm mad right now because it's taking the pictures like it should. So I couldn't rely on it as a photography camera, and I still don't rely on it as a photography camera, even though I just took 4 pictures of that camera sitting here screwing around. That's the most pictures I've been able to take in a row since I've had the camera. But it makes one awesome video camera. I'm pissed. So it makes one awesome video camera. So what I'm thinking about doing with this particular camera, now the only downside reason why I wouldn't do this is because I can video like so with the camera if I wanted it as a good travel camera. Lens that's on it is, which one is this? 16 to 50. Awesome focal length for vlogging, and you get some pretty decent, decent distance photography out of it too. So what I guess I'm trying to tell you on this video here is, if you get a camera from Japan, I will put a link to that software down below, and that's up to you. If you feel like you want to download, take a chance on buying a Sony camera and downloading the actual software and basically jailbreaking the camera to work in English, by all means, go for it. I paid $60 for the camera from Japan. I paid $60 for this camera. Around here they go for $200 to $300. So I thought it was a good deal until I realized the headaches that it took to get it going. Now, was it worth it? I don't know, makes a good video camera. I just know I can't rely on it to take pictures. Let's see if it does it again. Oh, it won't take a picture because I got the lens cap on. That time it did just fine. It's processing. Just fine. But like I said, I can't rely on that when it comes time to take a picture somewhere. So anyways, don't do as I do unless you just like a challenge. That's it for this one, guys. I appreciate you watching. Get your camera, get out, take some pictures, do some videos, start a channel. See you on the next one.